Hey, hello. It's been a long time. It's Monday, I think it's April 13th. I wanted to check in because I actually had the urge to check in. I found the past 3 weeks with self-isolation in my house that I just didn't want to write. I was sick for part of that and I didn't want to do anything with writing, and I finally just gave myself some time. I worked on a puzzle. I'm still working on that puzzle. It is something for me that is my creativity outlet. I have it set up in my dining room and we're not having anyone over anytime soon, so I just have set it up there and I have been working on it for a few minutes or maybe an hour a day, and I'm slowly going through it, and I found it very interesting in how it sort of mirrors my creative process, because when I do my writing, I always get to a point of like, okay, I'm doing this, and now when is it going to be done? So I usually have that feeling close to a end of a first draft and when it's almost ready for publication. So it was interesting to have that little correlation between the two, even though they're totally different. Doing puzzles is not as creative, I think, than other endeavors, but it sort of just filled my mind a little bit. I didn't feel so bad when I couldn't work on the puzzle, but when I do get a big chunk of it done, I feel really accomplished for the day. I'm not sure if you can hear, but it is pouring outside, so if you hear wind or anything, I apologize. So I had the urge the other day to work on my thriller, and it was very strange. I was up, I think it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, my family was still sleeping, and I was watching YouTube, and I just was like, I'm gonna turn this off, and I opened up my chapter by chapter outline and I just started working on it. It was very strange to me. I'm not one of those writers who like depends on the muse and it has to be, I have to feel inspired. I don't have time for that when it comes to a lot of my books, or at least I didn't when I was on contract, whether it was ghostwriting or for my books. So the muse, I guess, just came or kind of give me a little kick in the butt, and I've been working on my book. So I made a plan this week to get up early. I tried to get up at 5 this morning, but I was so tired. I watched Westworld last night about an hour after it aired, so I went to bed kind of late. So I did get up at 6:30, which is a positive move forward. So I'm going to try to get up progressively earlier. I'm going to try to get up at 5 a.m. again like I used to. So I worked on my thriller chapter by chapter outline and I loved it. And now that it's the afternoon, I don't feel so rushed to be like, oh, I didn't get it today, because lately I've been feeling like if I can't work on it, I get really antsy and I get like angry like internally about not getting my work done. So if I can use those morning hours to work on my stuff again, that's great. I'm feeling really good about my book. I have a really exciting week for myself. Exciting as in productive. I really want to work on my productivity this week, and what I've been doing for that is I am making lists. I haven't been able to do like an actual planner. Even my digital planner I just don't even want to do. Doesn't make me happy anymore. So what I've been doing is last night I made a big list for myself of things I want to do today, and I've been checking things off as the day goes on. It just gives me a sense of purpose. So I'm intending to check off more of my list today, and I even included, I want to watch this past weekend's episode of Outlander, and I want to read 50% of a book that I am reading for my critique partner. I have made a list of books that I want to be reading this month, but nothing is set in stone because I am mood reading a lot. I'm not really forcing myself to read. There's a few books I want to read. One for my critique partner. 2, I am taking part in a tour type of early review for a nonfiction writing book. I'll update you more on that later. And also I'm doing a live stream at the end of this month for Barefoot on the Beach's release. It's my first live stream. I'll put the details below if you want to attend. I already have it up, so you can set a reminder for yourself. And I want to read my co-host, Terry Lynn Thomas. I want to read her latest book so we can discuss our recent releases. So I'm feeling very productive. I really hope I can keep this up. I actually did a workout today, which was awesome. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really positive. So let's see how that goes. Happy Tuesday! It's Tuesday the 14th, I believe, and I just got out of the shower. I feel, again, productive today. This morning I worked on my chapter by chapter outline. I ended up waking up at 6, so I'm slowly moving my way backwards to 5 in the morning. Once again, I stayed up late. It's getting a lot harder for me to go to bed early because it's like tomorrow's just the same day of being in my house, so I'm trying as best I can. I'm going to have more chapters than I thought. So what I am doing is I'm basically doing a chapter heading. I have 2 points of view in this book for current, this is all current process. It may change along the way. So I have 2 point of views and I'm alternating. The main point of view would be like 2 chapters, and then second point of view is a chapter, and then 2 chapters of the main, 1 chapter. Because of the way that the second point of view is flowing, I wanted to intersperse them evenly, but not every other, because there's going to be a big reveal around the midpoint of the book, and I want that to coincide with the revelation from the first point of view. So that's what I'm doing. I've just been going through the big synopsis that I made and I'm breaking them up into bullet points. I'm trying to figure out a different way in this process right now. I used to just do like 3 bullet points, sort of like a beginning, middle, end for each chapter, and then figure it out along the way. But I want this to be really detailed because when I write it, I want to try to do a fast draft if I can. I want to just sit down for a couple weeks, couple months, and just write the book. So every time I sit down, I know exactly what I'm writing next. So I'm really enjoying the process. It's a lot of fun. I like sort of seeing the book is sort of playing in my head currently as like a movie, which I always like when that happens for me, because that means something is clicking, and once I can visualize it, I can just immerse myself into the story. So yeah, that's great. As you saw in the footage earlier, I worked on some of my images for my release. Unfortunately, my blog tour host, she's been ill, and we're all stepping up to try to help her out and help keep her business running. So I created a tour banner for the tour and I sent it along to her, so whenever she can get back to me, let me know if I need to make any tweaks or anything. So I'm just trying to help out where I can to make sure everything flows best as it can. I also got a nice review on NetGalley for Barefoot on the Beach. I wanted to create a shareable for that in Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So one thing that I love about Canva, I do have the pro version, is that I'm able to take an image and then automatically resize it to whatever other type of image I want to do, and then it just resizes everything, and then I have to go in and adjust because as the sizes change, I have to move, the background and the text. For a bigger picture, I'm able to make the text bigger and the cover image and things like that. So that's what I'm currently working on. I was really bummed this morning when I stopped working on my outline, but I'm really just taking it easy for myself and just working as I can and giving myself grace and all that good stuff. Just realized I look super pale. I'm in front of my window and I'm not wearing makeup because I am trying to save money because of this whole situation, and I know that if I put makeup on every day, I'm gonna have to end up buying makeup, and I'm not seeing anyone except my family. So if that offends you, too bad. I'm also working on a critique for a critique partner of mine, and I'm trying to do about 25% of the book a day. I have an e-copy of it, and with that, I am doing more developmental edits, so basically all the big picture things. She gave me, a little bit about the book, genre, things like that, so I'm able to go in and dive in and just give those big picture edits. Because I've received so many edit letters in the past for all of my books and even books that I haven't published, critique partner feedback, I really enjoy sort of how my editors have broken down different aspects of my book during a developmental edit. So what I like to do is I like to focus on, the genre, I like to focus on the setting, I like to focus on the characters. Usually I just focus on all the main characters, but this is more of like those big picture edits, so then I'm able to give them feedback based on that so they can make their book better. I usually don't do line edits unless if they're really out of bounds of the character or the setting, and then maybe use those as examples, but I really just try to stay with the big picture ones. I don't do a line edit unless it's a draft that's like almost ready for an agent or an editor or publication. I know I did one, I think it was last year or the year before, it was like the ninth draft for this author, and I basically just honed in on like the very, very small details. So I'm enjoying sort of using that part of my brain as well. When I get a chance to sit down, usually in the afternoons or at nighttime, I'll read a bit. I want to be done with that by the end of the week. I like reading those as quickly as I can because I sort of want to have that immersive experience. And once I'm immersed into a book, I'm able to figure out all the issues in it. If I sort of spread it out, I may forget some of the important aspects that I want to put in the letter that I type up for my critique partner. So I do sometimes take notes on the side as well, usually on my phone, because I don't like to have like all these things around me. I want to like really immerse myself in the reader experience. So that's what I'm doing for that. And I'll try to check in later, but I probably won't. I find that these once a day check-ins are enough for me because I'm really not doing much in terms of afternoon stuff. So I'll probably see you tomorrow. I really wanted to be better at this vlogging thing. The past 2 days I just haven't been good at it. So it's Friday, April 17th. I've just been hanging out at home, doing as best I can. I ended up finishing my outline yesterday for my thriller, which was so great. I wanted to give myself today off to kind of let it sit for a little bit. So tomorrow I'm doing a live stream with Jessica Williamson on her YouTube channel. I'll link that below. By the time you see this, it'll already have happened, but if you're interested in doing a couple hour sprint with us and a chat, you can watch the replay. I'm sure it'll be up probably by the time you see this. So I'll link that below, but I had a bit of thoughts when it came to my thriller. I added about 4 or 5 chapters to the outline. As I was writing, I was sort of filling in the gaps of things that I wanted to, like, so for this particular outline, I really wanted to just spend the time with the outline as much as I could before I start writing, because I don't really want to get into any parts where I'm stuck. I do have several points that I want to research, maybe like three or 4 points that I highlighted in my outline, just to make sure that when I get to it, I know I'm either going to have to research it then or put in a placeholder for later. None of these issues are really going to stop me from writing. They're not something that has to do with like a plot point, where like if I think something happens and then that doesn't happen in like real life, then it'll switch the whole book around. It won't do that. It'll just be a matter of logistics. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I have to do that research. But I don't know if I want to do that right now. I don't know if I'm in the headspace. I don't know if the people that I want to talk to really have the time, because it's an essential worker position that I would need to ask. And I don't know if helping a writer with a book is really top of their priority during this pandemic. So if you can hear clinking in the background, that's Jamie. She's eating. She decided all day she was gonna let her food sit, and now she's eating it, so it's pretty disgusting. Someone is also mowing the lawn, so I'll be back. Literally can't get a moment to myself. So you hear the dog barking, my apologies, but I need to keep this going or else I'm never gonna do it. So anyway, the footage you just saw was yesterday. There was an SCBWI webinar. This is the 3rd one that they've done so far, and it was really great. It was with Henry Winkler and Lynn Oliver. Lynn Oliver she's the president, I don't know, I'll put her official title here, of SCBWI, which is really great. I met her a couple years ago at the LA conference. She's really great. She's a co-writer with Henry Winkler, so that was fun to get to hear about their co-writing process and how they started and all that good stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Other than that, I am just planning for my launch. I'm doing a live stream later this month. I will put the link down in the description box below, so if you want to hit that little bell icon to get reminded, or you can just mark your calendar. I'm doing it here on YouTube and also multi-streaming to Facebook. So I'm going to be doing it on my Facebook page as well. And I'm co-hosting with Terry Lynn Thomas, who's another HQ Digital author, and she is fantastic, and I have gotten to know her over the years, and it's a really nice thing for her to do the live stream with me. So I think that's going to be all for tonight. I will probably jump on tomorrow to talk about my stream. I actually have 2 virtual things going on tomorrow. I have a baby shower, which is pretty unprecedented for it to be a virtual one, and then I will be doing the writing sprints. My hope for the writing sprints is to start working on my voice chapters for my thriller, which is basically, I have 2 points of view, so I am going to be learning the voice of these 2 main characters, like learning how to write their voice. I'm going to be experimenting a little bit with my second point of view, so this is sort of like, without spoiling, it's sort of like a alternate point of view from a character you won't see until later in the book. So I'm going to be possibly writing it in the second point of view, which I've never done before, and I'm really excited to do it. If you've ever read the book You, that was probably the first really mainstream one, at least lately in the thriller genre, that has done that before. And the way that I want to tell the story, I think it would be best through second point of view, because I do want to keep this person a mystery for a while, and I don't think really first point of view you can do that. And third point of view, I think I could, which I may end up doing, but to keep sort of names out of it, I really like the second point of view. So I think that'll add a little bit to my thriller. I just finished recently An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, and they had the second point of view also for one of the characters, and it was like really compelling. I used to think it was kind of weird. So anyway, I have to start dinner now, so I'll check in with you tomorrow. Hey, good afternoon, happy Sunday. It's Sunday, April 19th. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Jessica Williamson for having me on her channel last night. It was so fun doing a live stream. I'm outside right now. It's so nice out, so if you hear the wind, my apologies, but I just couldn't help letting this day go to waste. So I had a lot of fun last night. I was able to get about halfway through. I did about 4 pages of my voice chapter for my main character, which is me basically just getting to know the character, getting to know the voice. I am doing first person present tense, which I haven't done in a while, and I'm getting back into it, which is great. Did about 2 hours, and I was so exhausted afterwards. I am an introvert, so that just took a lot out of me, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to do it with such a lovely person. Also too, today I got 500 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you everyone who has subscribed. I appreciate you so much, and this is a great milestone for me to be at. I'm so excited, and if you would love to see more, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a big like. Hit that subscribe button so we can maybe get to 600 subscribers, and ring that little notification bell so you know the next time I post, and I'll see you next week.